Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen, Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Let's get into the semantics of these letters, ha, kaf, and lam. When you see these particles, ha, kaf, and lam, attached to pointing nouns, each one of these has a meaning and a way to use them. These three particles, ha, kaf, lam, create beautiful meanings. And this is something unique to Arabic or Semitic languages. Thus, it is not possible to translate these in most, if not all, other languages. You can't always translate these. In fact, you cannot translate these unless you want to add a lot more language, lot more words into the target language. Pointing nouns in the Quran and Hadith are almost always attached to one or two of these three letters, but not all three simultaneously, meaning that you will not see ha, kaf, and lam, all three attached simultaneously to a given pointing noun. You will see one or two. So it's wrong to attach all three because it creates a contradiction in meanings. We'll see how that works. And finally, none of these three letters are technically a part of any pointing noun. They're not originally or technically part of the pointing noun. They're add-ons. You add them onto pointing nouns in the correct order to create beautiful semantics. Let's look at ha. We've seen pointing nouns such as hadha and hadihi and hadani and hatani and haulai. But what does that ha mean? The ha means attention. When the Arab said ha, attention, look at me, da, I'm pointing at something. So if I'm pointing at something, I need to grab your attention so you look at me. Ha, da. So ha, da is actually two words. The original pointing noun is only da. It's only da that's the pointing noun. The ha is added on to grab attention, and it is only used for something or someone that is close. Let's go back to the introduction to pointing nouns to make a connection. When we first studied the pointing nouns, we looked at these pointing nouns, hadha, hadihi, hadani, hatani, haulai. Look at all of these beautiful pointing nouns. They all begin with ha. That ha is attention grabber. That's what its job. There are other particles in Arabic that are called, that are used to grab attention. So when we first studied these pointing nouns, I didn't tell you that the ha is for attention grabbing. I didn't tell you that the ha is technically not part of the pointing noun, but it frequently comes with it. Now we're getting into the details. Now I'm telling you that this ha that you see with the pointing noun is actually there to grab attention. Okay, so that's the first and most important thing we need to understand about all of these pointing nouns. Ha, attention, the. Because if I don't grab your attention, if you don't look at me, you wouldn't know what I'm pointing at. So ha is attention grabber, and it's used for someone or something close. So if I attach ha to any pointing noun, automatically it's for close. The distance is close, not far or medium. Okay, next thing we have is kaf. We already looked at a bunch of examples for kaf in the previous lesson, right? And we said the kaf is about the person you're addressing, you're talking to. It's not about the object or thing you're pointing at. But there are more details about the kaf. The kaf for the addressee, that's medium distance or far, not close. So if I see a pointing noun with kaf, that automatically tells me this cannot be for close. Okay. It automatically switches it to distance or medium. So there are three distances now. We have close, medium, and far. Kaf can be singular, dual, plural, or masculine and masculine, feminine, as we saw here. You can see the kaf in all of these examples. In the previous lesson, you have ka, ki, kuma. So you have singular, dual, and plural, kum, and then you have masculine and feminine. The same thing here, ka, ki, kuma, kum, kunna. And the kaf is always going to be the last letter that is attached to the pointing noun. Nothing should come after kaf, which is opposite of ha. Ha is always the first. Okay. If you attach a ha to the pointing noun, attach it in the beginning, which is opposite of kaf. It's always the last. Okay. And when I say always the last, it doesn't mean you have to have a kaf at the end. It means that if you choose to attach a kaf, then attach it at the end. So just to clarify, ha is attached in the beginning and kaf is attached at the end. And as we learned in the previous lesson, it is not for the person or thing you're pointing at. So the kaf that we saw in all of these examples is not for kitab. The kaf here is not for kitab, right? It's for the person you're talking to. Same thing here. The kaf here is not for the shajara. It's not for the tree. It's for the person you're talking to, out of respect or to acknowledge that you're talking to someone in front of you. You're just acknowledging them. So that's kaf. Now, if you look at the examples, you have dhaka, dhaki, dhakuma, dhakum, dhakunna. These are all for pointing at a masculine object. Okay. That is not near. And notice the lam is missing from all of these. Lam we'll talk about in just a minute. The lam makes it for something that is far. And the same thing here, tika, tiki, tikuma, tikum, tikunna. Attaching the ha at the end, attaching a ha in the beginning, not at the end, and of course is not allowed for ha, is optional to grab attention. So you can say dhaka with no attention, or you can say ha dhaka with attention. Now, ha is used for near and kaf is used for not near. But if you see both ha and kaf, then ha is just for attention grabbing, not for near, because the kaf overrides the half and it's not for near. It's for medium or distant objects or people. Dhanika, you're pointing at two masculine things, people or objects. And you have the kaf, which is for addressing the person you're talking to. But if I add a ha before it, it becomes ha dhanika. I've just added the attention grabbing. So I can have ha and kaf, ha in the beginning, kaf at the end. Those two can appear in the same pointing noun. So that's kaf, okay? Again, ha in the beginning for close, to grab attention. Kaf at the end to address the person, medium or far. But if you have both ha and kaf, then it's not near. Ha is just for attention grabbing, the kaf overrides, and it's not for near. Finally, the lam that we saw in dhalika, dhaliki, dhalikuma. So let's go back to this. You see the lam here in dhalika and tilka. The lam here in dhalika and tilka. This lam is for distance. This lam is for distance. So if you see lam, then it is for distant, far, not medium or close. So dhalika, dhaliki, dhalikuma, dhalikum, dhalikunna, tilka, tilki, tilkuma, tilkum, tilkunna. So these are what we saw in the previous lesson. So in all of these examples, okay, this is for something at a distance. Kaf implies that the object that you're pointing at is at a distance. In addition to the fact that the kaf is for the person you're addressing. So all of these have lam. Okay, so in all of these have lam and kaf. So if you have lam, dhalika, dhaliki, dhalikuma, dhalikum, dhalikum. In all of these, the lam is for distance. Same here. Tilka, tilki, tilkuma, tilkum, tilkunna. The lam is for distance. So let's come back to the lam. For someone or something that is far, not medium or close. Okay. So ha is for near. Again, ha is for near. Kaf is for not near, medium, distance, or far. But if ha and kaf both appear, then kaf overrides and it's for it's not for near anymore, it's for medium or distance. And if lam appears, then it's for distance only, something that is far. And you have to have a kaf before the lam. You have to have the kaf after the lam. Not before, after lam. So in all of these, dhalika, you have lam first, then kaf. Dhaliki, lam first, and then kaf. Dhalikuma, lam first, and then the kaf, and so on and so forth. Same thing here. Tilka, lam first, then kaf. Tilki, lam first, then kaf, and the rest. So here are some examples of incorrect usage. You don't say dhali. That's wrong because the kaf is missing. You have to have the kaf. As we said, always attach the kaf after the lam. You can't say hadali. What's wrong here? Because lam and ha cannot be together. Why can't ha and lam be together? Because ha is for near and lam is for distance. That's a conflict. And you can't have hadaliki or hadalika because all three letters cannot be together. And of course, the lam and ha are opposites. They're conflicting. You can't put them together. So these are incorrect usages. In the next lesson, we'll look at the distance part one more time. We will look at these pointing nouns one more time from the perspective of distance, inshallah. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. And inshallah, in the next lesson, as I mentioned before, we will look at these pointing nouns again from the perspective of distance to help you further review and integrate this material, inshallah. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen, Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.